Shockwave. It's fight or flight. The town that dreaded sundown. You can run, you can't hide. The town that dreaded sundown. You can run, you can't hide. Standing next to you, the beasts are closing in. What should we even do, living in this house of sin? The town that dreaded sundown. You can run, you can't hide. The town that dreaded sundown. You can run, you can't hide. Sundown, you can run, you can't hide. The town that dreaded sundown. You can run, you can't hide.
Okay, cool. We're live. Let's do this. Here we go. So, we got a bit of a Saturday stream today. I'd like to kind of stream a little bit more consistently on Saturdays. I think that'd be kind of cool. We'll see what happens, though. I don't know. I don't want to really set anything in stone, but for today, it's a Saturday stream. So, Godzilla Just Pray is the first thing I'm going to kind of cover here. This I was made aware of by Warping Fist on YouTube. He and I sort of follow each other. We've commented on each other's videos, and I am a big fan of his work. However, I haven't seen his video yet on Godzilla Just Pray, so I wanted to check this out. From what I've been made aware, it's a Godzilla analog horror series, which already I'm sure you're like, oh god, I really couldn't care less. However, I'm intrigued because there's a lot of biblical themes apparently that are present in this. And as a Catholic, I always find that stuff super interesting. One of my favorite movies is The Exorcist, which a lot of Catholics have wrongfully said is like an evil satanic movie. It's not. The hero is a priest. I mean, like, it's quite literally a pro-Catholic movie, but that's a conversation for another day. A conversation I already had in a separate video. It does not matter. But Godzilla Just Pray apparently has a lot of really interesting things to say theologically, and kind of takes the character in a unique direction. So we'll see what happens here. This is by content creator Toolzilla, 18.1k subscribers. Just based on from my awareness, probably deserves way more. So go and show Toolzilla some love here. Great stuff. Already, I'm assuming. Right off the bat, no AI was used in this video, so that's kind of cool. And this is just a super cut of season 1, because I thought about kind of watching each episode individually and doing it that way in like a playlist. This seems the most logical to me. I'm someone that just prefers to make super cuts of my own videos, so we'll see what happens. Let's do this. Desktop audio is on.
Solves all organic life.
Okay. We're going to go about here. That
Subject
seems...
restored to previous form and moving east.
Okay. I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me and you can hear the video and everything's all good. Let's do it. This is Godzilla Just Pray Season 1. Season 1 implies there might be a Season 2, so let's see what happens. Very intrigued. The Colossal Organism
Report
Defense
on
Center.
countermeasures against unidentified colossal organisms. High concentration radiation detected off the coast of San Francisco.
San Francisco.
Mass die-off of extremely distorted and decayed fish confirmed.
Now, someone in chat mentioned this. Godzillanid? I don't know. They said that he's remastered a few episodes, so this one has everything up to date. I know that the Mandela catalog, they did the exact same kind of thing, where the first couple episodes were a little rough, and then they eventually remade it later down the line. So I'm intrigued almost to see what the original episode 1 was like. Some stuff I want to kind of look out for is just based on this presentation. I'm a bit concerned it's going to be just text on screen and that's about it. I'd be very curious to kind of see how they're going to pull. I mean, already I'm seeing that, and I love that painting, so I'm already kind of excited to see where we go. But I'm just a bit concerned about the execution so far. We'll see what happens, though. This could be peak.
Multiple casualties reported with full body necrosis at the shoreline. Investigation of necrosis site results. Cellular composition matches remains of Gojira destroyed in Tokyo 1954.
So the first movie is
Subject
canon.
terminated by
Yeah.
Dr. Daisuke Serizawa.
Daisuke.
Conclusion. High probability.
I get that's how
Dr.
it's said,
Daisuke
but the text-to-speech voice is kind of throwing me off here.
Serizawa. Conclusion. High probability of reappearance of a similar unidentified colossal organism. Evacuation order for nearby residents. Dispatch military investigation unit to San Francisco coast.
San Francisco. I know this is just a minute in and I've paused a million times, but I do have to say I'm not a big fan of analog horror series that have a ton of this text-to-speech. We'll see, obviously, if that continues later on. But, like, if I got to listen to almost an hour of text-to-speech voices, I'm going to lose it. But still, let's just keep going. I'm curious. San Francisco is right.
I'm recording this for myself, not for the report.
Okay, this sounds like a
We
human.
found what the coast couldn't hide.
We'll see, though.
Dead fish, twisted tissue, radiation that doesn't behave like radiation. The samples match something that should have stayed in 1954. I keep writing the word similar because identical is a sentence. Evacuation orders, dispatch teams, procedures. We still speak as if procedure can contain a myth. The team asked if I was scared. I said no. That was a lie that sounded professional. When the ocean goes quiet, something is listening.
Oh, that's cool. I'd love to see a making of for this too, because I know, use tools Adobe After Effects. So I'd be really curious to see how some of this stuff is executed. But that's really cool. However, again, just being a little critical here, I am not a big fan of like the swing jazz music that's slowed down to be scary. I'm not a big fan of that in the background. I think that could be, I don't know. I think it's been kind of overdone just a tad in analog horror as of late. Not a fan of that, but this imagery is fantastic. The art is incredible. I love this part here when he sort of rises up. How if you look here, you can see that it's all moving. It's not like they just took a PNG and then are just moving it up. Like how that's actually swaying there. It's so cool.
speak as if procedure can contain a myth.
We still speak as if procedure can contain a myth.
I'm not sure if it's a Shin Godzilla remodel. I think it might be its own kind of thing. Maybe, but I'm sure it's heavily inspired by Shin Godzilla, just based off of sort of like the general mood and atmosphere. Especially there at the start, it has a lot of Shin Godzilla elements to it.
Radioactive energy approximated at 80 megatons discharged from oral cavity. San Francisco region
San
destroyed beyond
Francisco.
repair. Casualties are impossible to estimate, but are expected to be in the hundreds of thousands. Subject currently silent. But internal high
So
energy signature
it
of
shot out its atomic breath, and then it's almost like a turret, and then it just does that. It's not like rampaging or anything, right? Is that kind of what they're getting at here?
Activity resumption expected. Area now designated as high radiation contamination zone. Civilian presence assessed as non-viable within the zone. Request authorization for nuclear strike.
All right, so we have another personal log. Is this the same?
I
Yeah,
watched
same
the
character.
footage again and again. 80 megatons from a mouth. I wrote the number and felt nothing. That's the first symptom. The city wasn't destroyed. It was erased.
That is an interesting thing to kind of consider. Is like what was it, 80 megatons? For numbers to just kind of be something that you can't really like put into words, like when you read about a war or some historical event that resulted in tragedies. Like when you consider how many people that is, you don't really consider like that number as like representative of something substantial. Like for me, a more, I guess, less morbid example would be like with my channel hitting 50K subs. It's like that to me, that doesn't even register to consider like, oh, that's pretty much Dodger Stadium filled up. It's wild to think about something like that, and I understand kind of what they're going with. Right now, I'm intrigued. There's little elements that I'm very like they're setting stuff up, but I'm just curious to see kind of where we're going to go with all this.
We keep saying silent as if silence
I think I skipped ahead.
erased. We keep saying silent as if silence means safety. But inside it, the signal is rising. Like something inhaling, preparing to speak again. We requested permission for a nuclear strike. That sentence should feel heavy. It didn't. We chose a weapon because we ran out of words. I keep thinking about the people outside the briefings. Cars, backpacks, children asleep on gym floors. We tell them to evacuate as if the road is still normal.
Here we go. Here's where we get some religious stuff. Let's go. Oh, look at that. That is so cool. Oh, my word. This feels right out of Revelations here. Oh, that's so cool. I'm lighting up like a Christmas tree seeing some of that stuff. Holy. It almost feels like the creator, and I'm just assuming, but it almost feels like the creator made this, and then they're like, okay, let me come up with a story around this, because like this belongs in a museum. Like, this looks so cool. I love the exposed gums. I love the eyes along like, I guess the horns. I don't know specifically what these would be called, but oh, like the eyes on the wings to kind of have like, because it's like that biblically accurate angel thing. Looks like that's that there as well. That's the whole body of Ghidorah. You got the angels. John, I kind of want to release the album early. I think that might be kind of funny. I think it'd be funny just to accidentally leak the album, but I'm not going to. Yeah, this is so sick, though. The jaws of Godzilla here spitting out all these people is so wild. Atomic bomb there. Oh, I want this as a poster. Alana, I know you said you will get me a poster of this, but I actually do want a poster. This is so cool. Alright, so they're going to nuke Godzilla because that always ends up working.
Exploding. Close examination, necrosis, and regeneration cycle confirmed. Post-strike severe swelling detected across entire body.
Now, really quick, I do have a bit of an issue with sort of, again, the execution of the storytelling. And this is more constructive. I'm not like dissing the series or the creator with anything I say here. But one of my big issues with Man in the Suit in the early episodes was that it was just kind of this. Like, I hate how we go from this, it's like, oh, pre-nuking, and then they nuke it, and then we don't actually, it's like, show, don't tell. I understand this is analog horror, but I think you could do a little bit more and show just a bit more, and I think it'd be really cool to actually see this stuff happen a little bit more. I get that, budget is a thing. I get it, but still, with some of these stories that are being told, it's like, I want to see it. I don't want to just read about it. That's my take on it.
Entire body. Moments later, massive energy burst occurred. Organic fragments dispersed across the city. Radiation levels exceeded measurement limits. Remote visual observation is no longer possible. New unknown energy reaction detected in dispersed matter. When exposed to atmospheric oxygen, IT triggers violent oxidation.
IT triggers.
Contact melts and dissolves all organic life.
Toolzilla, I'm sorry. You gotta get a human voice actor. You gotta. Because it's really hard for me to kind of sit through text-to-speech. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be mean, because there's a lot that I'm loving here. Don't get me wrong. The art is incredible. Yeah, John, you could be the voice actor. Hell, I'll be the voice actor. Email me, dude. I'll do this for free. I'm just saying. I don't know. There's a lot working here. Don't get me wrong.
Fear is spreading among citizens and social order is collapsing. Issue immediate national alert. Order evacuation for all residents within projected path. Provide maximum available support.
Okay, this is episode 2. First off, episode 1. Very solid start, minus the whole issues I had with text-to-speech and, the general kind of presentation. I think the art is fantastic. This is gorgeous. I mentioned it already here, but there's this shot here that really caught my attention. Right here. Where, the little, fleshy bits are moving and swaying. That's so cool. It's amazing here. I love how the arms are just hardly even arms. It just looks like whatever that is. It's horrifying. So many bits. I mean, this tapestry part here. Let me find it. I'm just kind of skimming. This tapestry is incredible. This is one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my entire life. It is so awesome. There are so many parts that work. This is great. The usage of this, I'm not a big fan of where it glitches out. That's a bit kind of cliche, but I think with where they're going to go, especially considering this imagery and that imagery there, I have a feeling they're kind of drawing some parallels already. So I'm loving the elements of this already. Presentation is a bit rough, but otherwise, I'm all in. Episode 2. Saunders University says, Firewood, what's my take on nuking Godzilla? I think, look, if it's Godzilla's first appearance and the human characters don't know anything about Godzilla, that's more than fine. part of me though is like, okay, if the 54 movie is canon to this, why would they nuke Godzilla knowing that he came from nuclear bombs? I don't know. Maybe they don't know that. I'm not going to make assumptions. But in general, like if like in -1 when they nuke Godzilla, I have no issue with that because they don't know any better. No, actually, well, really, sorry. When they just drop the bombs and it radiates Godzilla, like they don't know any better in that regard. So I'm not too upset about people nuking Godzilla and then that's like a plot contrivance. I think for the most part, like I have no issue with it, honestly, unless they know better and then they nuke him. But here, I haven't seen any indication that they know better. Episode 2. By the way, the Blade Kaiju channel member, thanks for joining. Let's go.
We have all suffered great wounds. From the creature the world calls Gojira.
Yeah, you gotta, dude, you gotta stop with the text-to-speech. Gojira. I don't know. Have your friend do it. Or like someone, you know, like your dad, your mom, your uncle, your cousin, your aunt. Like, to me, that's way more endearing, way more appealing than just having a text-to-speech voice do this. And that's kind of with anything, really. I generally hate text-to-speech. I think the only good usage of it that I've ever seen was I watched this one tutorial yesterday where it was Fallout New Vegas. It was how to install mods, and they had the Yes Man. It was like an AI version of Yes Man, like explaining it. It was so funny, and it works. Like that's one where it's like if you can really sell it and give it reason. Like I think if you were doing an analog horror series about a computer, and it was like a HAL 9000 kind of thing, right? And you had that text-to-speech voice, that's fine. But back in the 80s and like early 90s, text-to-speech was not this. This is far too advanced. And that's sort of my issue is it's creating this kind of like, I don't know, like a cognitive dissonance maybe is the word, where you're sort of like thinking in one mind, hey, we're watching something from so far back that it requires analog technology to, okay, we're using text-to-speech. I don't know. Yeah, text-to-speech, when it's for shit posting, I have no issue. But with this, it just kind of creates this weird, like, uncanny valley that takes me out of the story when it comes to analog horror, because it's like, we really didn't have text-to-speech in this high quality. If it's like Bonzi Buddy, even then that's a bit much. I don't know. If it's like the Daisy, Daisy, like that, you know, voice, I'm fine with that. Lost Utopia is like leagues ahead of everyone else, honestly. I love Lost Utopia films. It's almost wrong to compare their stuff to everyone else because it's just so amazing. But anyways, moving forward.
Has been swallowed by fear and death.
Also, really quick, Tokupop, the developer of Excidio, is that how you say it? Excidio? That's the Kaiju Simulator game I'll be playing later in today's streams. Is in chat right now. Thank you so much. Thank you for the Steam key. I hope that's fine that you mentioned that. That I was gonna, I don't know. You sent me the Steam key. I was gonna play it regardless, but still, thank you so much in general for being here. So, thank you. Patsy3199 says, I think the text-to-speech in Prehistoric Emergence is used in an okay way. It's mainly for the earlier episodes when they're finding their footing. I guess, but at the same time, as someone who grew up with VHS tapes, there wouldn't be text-to-speech on VHS tapes, and so it just throws it off for me because it's like, it doesn't seem legit. It would be like someone in the 80s playing with a PlayStation 5. It just completely like throws me for a loop almost, and it's like that's not right. It'd be like if someone making a World War I movie and like they're flying drones around. It's like, to me, it just, there's like, it doesn't work. And yes, analog technology is still around. Some people do still use it, myself included, but at the same time, it's hard for me to wrap my head around that and to stay engaged with the story when you do this as a storyteller. That's just my take. That's all. Right. Yeah, the eyewitness tapes from the library. Yeah, I mean, they had narrators. And my point is, I'm not dogging on them for using text-to-speech, because I understand a lot of these creators, this is all they have. Dude, just use your own voice. It's so much more appealing. I would love it if this person did their own voice, even if they're like, I don't know how old they are, but if they're like 9 years old and it's some little kid doing a voice, I'd be like, you know what? That's endearing. I'll take that over this. I don't know. I don't think this person's 9 years old. I'm just using that as an example. But yeah, that's just my take on it. I would love to hear more authentic voices in this project because it is unfortunately doing a disservice to the story.
And Gojira does not stop. Now, it is time to protect ourselves. To fight. God is with us. The heart of an angel has come to us. This is the heart of the seraphim, Ghidorah.
So they are doing a Ghidorah storyline. Obviously, you know, we saw that with the tapestry. What I thought was an angel is actually this. It's a heart, which it's really cool how the valves of the heart look like Ghidorah's head. That's incredible. I love how it's wrapped around that. Oh. Voice actors are expensive nowadays. Yes and no. I think quality ones are. But at the same time, you know, if you get into a creative space, you're going to meet people that are willing to just do stuff for free because you're their friend. You know, like the most important piece of advice I can say to anyone wanting to get into anything with art or creating or movies, TV, music is just meet people, network, put yourself out there. Because when you do that, if you're a nice person and you start making friends, you know, this is me talking outside of the series, by the way, it's like, I'll give you an example. A while back, this is like years and years ago, I was in this subreddit for filmmaking, and someone made a post like, hey, we're going to have our movie premiere in a theater. What do you recommend for sound, for visuals? You know, like what resolutions would you recommend? Blah, 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 blah. And I just had my movie play in a theater, so I was like, here's what I would recommend. Go do this, 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 and this. And then I privately messaged them, and we went back and forth. Became good friends. That would be Woodstock Roadshow, a bunch of filmmakers from Australia. And Billy from Woodstock Roadshow has done free voice work for me just in some of my projects, like my short film Canopsia. Point being, put yourself out there, network, collaborate with people, offer your services, they will offer theirs. That's sort of like my idea. That's what I'm trying to kind of get across to you is, yes, voice actors are expensive, but if you could find people who are talented, you can help them and they can help you. And you both can kind of benefit from each other outside of just being friends and, you know, the general things that you get out of just friendship, you know, like with the artistic pursuit. That's sort of what I'm getting at. You know, yes, I'm agreeing with you, but I think there's other ways to go about it for sure. However, I'm also agreeing with you that besides the text to speech, the art is amazing. I love just this imagery here. This is phenomenal. And huge step up from kind of like just this generic text to this. This is wonderful. The font is so cool. I'm loving this.
Come to a high. Receive the blessing of the seraphim. Join us. Walk with God.
The Church of Ghidorah. Cool. Yeah, networking is totally key. And I'm not like talking down to you. I'm just kind of just giving my thoughts in general. I guess to anyone in chat, I'm just sort of just kind of going off the cuff here. But that's definitely my thought and understanding. And I mean, look, I'm not committing to anything, so don't take this the wrong way. But I'm throwing this out there to anybody. If anyone's ever working on a project and they're just like, I want to share this with Firewood Media, you could just email me. You know, like you could just, my email is like in the channel about page. And if you want to collab with me or whatever, if you want me on your podcast, just shoot me a message in email. And then, like I'll do my best to respond. I can't, say, oh yeah, I'll for sure do this for you. But I mean, like I've done voiceover work just for people completely for free. I'm open to really anything as long as it, isn't like going to make me look really bad. Like it's some weird podcast thing, or whatever. But yeah, like I don't really care about sub count. Like I'm willing to do anything with anyone creatively. So, if anyone here ever needs me for any like voiceover work or you just want to bounce ideas, shoot me a message. Anyways, your first stream, by the way. Yeah, the streams are saved. I know these kind of go on a bit long, especially the weekend ones. But if you go to my channel, there's like a live tab. Let me pull this up really quick. Yeah, so you go here live. It will be right here. Older streams I archive, but that's ones from like 9 months ago. I'm planning on keeping all of these up forever. So, yeah, no, for sure. And if you ever want to use my stream here for marketing or whatever, you have my full permission. You don't got to pay me or anything. It's completely fine. Feel free to just use whatever you want, post whatever you want. Obviously, just credit me, just whatever, just Firewood Media. But otherwise, yeah, use as much as you'd like. I really don't mind. Thank you for getting this game to me. Once I finish up this series, I'm going to play it for sure. But yeah, I'm leaving this up so you can access it for sure. Okay, getting back to the series. Let's do it. All right, so we get more of that tapestry. That's cool. That's cool. Love the eyes on the wings. By the way, I'm going to drop a subscribe to Toolzilla, and you guys should too. Tell them I sent you. I really love the art. I don't know if you guys have seen like I guess they're like tapestries, but like these religious paintings and drawings and whatnot. Like this nails that look so perfectly. It looks amazing. I just am like remembering being a kid in Catholic church, during Mass on Sundays and seeing art just like this. So accurate and it's so perfect. So good. Really quick, I'm gonna just comment. Geek Cinema. Okay. Sorry, I'm just like, this art is so good. Yeah. Yeah, it's very Catholic, like Roman Catholic. Yeah, it's that perfect art style. It looks so authentic. I think now we see a bit more, maybe it looks like it's a bit more zoomed out because I can see like part of the water there. This feels so apocalyptic. I love the hell out of this. Did you hear that the Monsterverse broke a Guinness World Record for having 3,000 drones? Wow, 3,000 drones in their promotional campaign. That's cool. I did not know about that. I think the sound design here is really great too. Okay, now we're in episode 3. Episode 2, as like a little kind of like, okay, we're moving the plot along. We're establishing now Ghidorah, the Church of Ghidorah, this force of religious people who are like, okay, Ghidorah is the answer to Godzilla, almost like an inverse of like, okay, Ghidorah is an angel almost, maybe not, but like a positive figure as opposed to Godzilla, who's like a demon almost, I assume is kind of what they're going with. Now in episode 3. Mass psychological incident has been reported in a small town in Redacted. All residents reportedly experienced the same vision simultaneously, an angelic being with 3 heads resembling a dragon. Some suffered from severe fear. That's cool. That reminds me of in Ghidorah, the 3-headed monster, when that one princess is almost like hypnotized. And then it also reminds me of the what is it? Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, where that woman is like doing that dance at the start, and then she starts seeing visions of Ghidorah, and then she faints, and like it's this whole like kind of dramatic moment. This feels very reminiscent of that. So they're kind of taking those ideas and they're applying them to this Western Christian kind of idea and aesthetic. I'm really liking that. That's cool. That's very unique. This event, now referred to as the Ghidorah phenomenon, appears to be spreading outward from the original town center. Residents also reported that at the exact moment of the vision, a glowing entity called the Heart of Seraphim Ghidorah appeared inside the local church. Okay, interesting. No physical evidence was found. However, those who experienced the phenomenon continue to claim that they can still see the heart constantly and vividly. That's cool. It's kind of like a cosmic horror kind of thing. It really is like the... It reminds me of... what's the Edgar Allan Poe story where he kills his friend, cuts him up, and you can still hear the heart beating through the floorboards. I'm blanking on it right now, but that's what that reminds me of there. I think it's just because it's a heart, and I don't know, and only certain people can hear it, see it. So, yeah, people in chat right now are saying, so in this case, Ghidorah is an archangel in disguise, or a fallen archangel. Zach Plays says, some people in the comments are saying Godzilla is the true wrath of God, while Ghidorah is pretending to be an archangel. Interesting. Telltale Heart. Thank you, Patsy3199. Yes, it was the Telltale Heart. I was completely blanking on that one. It's 8 p.m. right now. I'm like, this is normally my bedtime, but we're staying up late tonight. A local priestess of the emerging Church of Ghidorah requested an interview with personnel. The transcript of that interview is attached in the supplemental file. Really quick, I do have an issue again with the medium of analog horror, and you mentioned like it's in this file. It's like, I get they mean maybe file as like a literal physical file, but I don't know. There are just some parts to this where it just feels a little inconsistent, and I would love to see more. I don't know. Maybe show this person. You know, I don't know. Like just instead of this kind of like setup, it just the presentation is really holding back a lot of the really awesome elements here. But also the presentation is like peak. Like I love the illustration, the artwork. Like that's great. It's more or less just how they're going about telling the story. That's what I mean by execution and presentation.
Good evening. Thank you for taking the time to meet with me. I truly hope this interview will spread our message, so that more lost lambs might find salvation. I saw an angel, a three-headed angel. I saw it rising from the blood of the lamb, praising God as it ascended into the heavens. And then, with a sound like thunder, a trumpet blast.
So that's pretty cool that it's a trumpet blast. That's calling back to the 7 trumpets. I believe that's mentioned in Revelations, where it signals the end of the world. And yeah, that's a neat little detail there, for sure.
A single word appeared before me.
The writing is pretty solid throughout, I will say.
Ghidorah. Godzilla. Yes, that's what people call it.
It also,
But what you...
I think this is a real person. I think this isn't text to speech. Like there's actually kind of emotion here in this performance. If episode 1 was just a little rocky, and after this, it really steps it up. I'm going to be so happy because episode 3 is so much better than 1. 2 was really good too, but like I think that was kind of almost like an interlude or like an ad, just kind of being like, here, we're building onto this. This is already, though, a massive step up from where they just were. So I'm liking this.
Godzilla. It's Satan, the red dragon, the beast from the sea, the one that spits out the stars from heaven and blasphemes the name of God. The government tried to destroy it with nuclear weapons, but there is no human weapon that can kill such a creature. We must be humble. Only God can judge Satan. Our only hope for survival is to serve him. Only those with unwavering faith can witness it. The heart of Seraphim Ghidorah, and receive its mark. It cannot be explained by science. Satan has already begun devouring the lambs. You must repent. Stop worshipping idols. Turn back before it's too late.
This is so interesting. I'm loving this so much right now. This is really good.
How could mere humans ever comprehend all of God's words? Ghidorah is the devotion of the archangels, a manifestation of Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael, sent to strike down the red dragon from Revelations. By faith, Enoch was translated that he should not see death, and was not found, because God had translated him. For before his translation, he had this testimony that he pleased God. There will be Armageddon. Only the faithful will escape the tribulations of this world through the rapture. Mortem not videvit, milen inferorum cruciatus vitem, ut salutem consequibusums.
Yeah, no, I agree. This is very good. The series is getting a lot better. And like I said, this helps having an actual actress delivering these lines. There's real emotion behind this. Like, it's actually startling. I agree. Religious psychosis is such a haunting thing, just in storytelling in general. Like, this is amazing. I'm loving this. So immediate interdepartmental cooperation is advised to monitor and contain the spread of the Ghidorah phenomenon. It's kind of fascinating too how, this franchise is so old. It's 70 plus years, or however, I think it's 72 now. And so for them to kind of, like, I know this isn't official, but this is kind of where fan interpretations are taking it, because we've seen giant monsters wreaking havoc for 70 plus years now. You can only do so much with this concept. And I think to take it in this, like you said, like a religious psychosis kind of direction with religious themes, it's so interesting. It's so compelling. It's so well done right now. Again, the exception of some execution elements here and there, with the general way that they're telling the story in parts, it's getting really good. That's great. I know that's not their artwork. It's, pre-existing artwork. Still great. Yep, I adore this painting. If I remember correctly, too, Guillermo del Toro said that this painting here was one of his inspirations for Pacific Rim, specifically with Gypsy Danger kind of like moving towards the Alaskan shore in that like prologue scene. I mean, it's such a striking image. It makes total sense. 71 years. I think it's going on 72, but yeah. It's 54, 2026. Well, I think that's wow. I think it's telling though that it's doing a good job of telling a compelling story if a non-religious person can still get something out of it and it can still be awesome. Like obviously this isn't pushing faith on anybody. It's just using theology as sort of like the lens of which to perceive Godzilla. But this is wow. I want to like take this all in. God, that's cool. That's so cool. I agree. This artwork is incredible.
We must repent. The sixth seal has been broken, and the angel's trumpet will soon sound. More and more are receiving the revelation, and the faithful
Oh, that's
are
nuts.
gathering here. Over 100.
Oh, shoot. Okay, so that was episode 3. Sorry, let's go back. So episode 3 ended here. I think it was right before she started talking. Oh, we get a work in progress? And okay, I want to check out the work in progress stuff in the community tab. Oh, I don't think. Is there drama that went on with? Is there people that are saying that he used like AI? Is this okay? So for context, for people who don't know, he used AI in the very first episode to animate the still shots, but after receiving backlash, he stopped using it. Okay, gotcha. That's not a huge deal to me, honestly. But yeah, it's down. Oh, here we go. So here's some storyboards that he did. That's really cool. Let's see. Ooh, here we go. It's honestly a bit of a shame too, because like the analog kind of like fuzziness almost loses some of the resolution. I guess not really here because they kind of lose the analog aesthetic there. But for some of these, it's like some of the detail gets lost, unfortunately. Let's see this. Wish I could click on that and get a full screen thing. YouTube community posts are not great. I wish it was better. Oh, so it is there. So I'll have to. Wait, I want that to be a wallpaper on my computer. That'd be so cool. Curious to. So let's see the original episode 1. Oh, I see they made it members only. I see. Okay. Oh, they did post this though, like a speed paint. Person is an incredible artist. All right. Yeah, I was hoping to see the original one. Cool. EAIDED? Aided yet today? What's that? Is that a typo? Goji guy, what's going on, dude? What does pated mean? Well, YouTube hasn't paid. I haven't checked, to be honest with you. Let me just pull it up on my phone. I have a thing that says a payment is heading my way. So, and it's not this person that just donated. Let's see. Hey, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, I have, I guess, I haven't checked my bank info, but I know that it's been sent. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm trying my best to read what you said here. Yeah, okay, so since you can't make the whole stream, challenging people's interpretation of Godzilla via things like singular point, make for more introspective fans and introducing them to Shin -1 by shattering expectations. Sorry, it's just hard for me to read when every word is capitalized, but thank you so much, though. I really appreciate it. I just had trouble reading that. Found out why YouTube was down a couple of days ago? I have no clue. Yeah, sorry, Goji guy. It just says it's heading my way. I don't know if it's hit my account yet. Check here. Sorry, I just want to do that. Okay. So I haven't checked, to be honest with you. Yeah, it hasn't hit my account yet for the... Yeah, thank you so much, man. Shoot, I guess I can't heart just individual messages, but thank you. Sincerely, that is incredible. I really appreciate it. Okay, let's get back into this. I'm really keen on this. So we got about here.
100,000 souls have already arrived.
Never mind. I think I skipped way too forward. 100,000 people have already been sacrificed.
Awesome sound. More and more are receiving the revelation, and the faithful are gathering here. Over 100,000 souls have already arrived, and still they continue to do so. Join us. Walk with God. Receive the mark of Ghidorah and be saved through the rapture.
This kind of gives me like Heaven's Gate vibes almost. I'm really liking this.
Oh, in Armageddon.
Oh, it's so cool.
Upon this world, we will stand beside the Lord, praising His name.
Okay, so this is a
awaiting the dawn of the
little bit of a
millennial
longer one.
kingdom.
Okay. Ghidorah phenomenon spread in mass congregation status report. Oh yeah, I think she's totally a false prophet completely. I think I really do think that this concept is that she's completely misguided and very likely, yes, sees the the heart in this church, right? Like I 100% think that that is something that she's actually experiencing. But like demons and like the devil in the Bible are known to lie to people, and so who's to say this isn't them lying to her? I totally think that's something that could be happening here. They exhibit extreme aggression and fanatical behavior toward anyone attempting to intervene or restrain them. The area surrounding the church has effectively become a mass gathering zone beyond any form of control. Participants have abandoned their jobs, families, and previous identities, devoting themselves entirely to rituals of ascension. The situation has worsened as multiple law enforcement officers, firefighters, and medical personnel also have shown signs of the phenomenon and have joined the congregation. As a result, Response capabilities are critically undermined, and current local resources are insufficient to contain or manage the outbreak. Minor thing is make your text a little bit easier to read, a little bit quicker. You know, if I got to speed read it, it's a bit long. Just let it kind of just linger just a tad. Recommended response actions: immediate mobilization of all available defense and rescue personnel toward the Ghidorah Church area. Full lockdown of surrounding access routes and restriction of all civilian entry. Immediate isolation and containment of any individuals exhibiting hallucinations or delusional symptoms related to the phenomenon. Censorship and suppression of all secondary spread media, including sermons, broadcasts, and online content associated. Interesting. So it's like a full-on, like, war of information that's kind of happening. Because it's almost like the idea of it is like a parasite, and it's like once you get that, you're screwed, and you're part of this kind of congregation. So interesting. So this is that sort of rapture, I assume, where they're all sort of going to this as like a sacrifice point. Oh, that's great. That is so cool. I think it's a mix of both, because I know that they credited Kevin. Yeah, there's like Christian music, no copyright. But then I know that Toolzilla also somewhere here posted, yeah, the main theme. And it was Koyo Beats that made this. What is this? Hell yeah, dude. That's great. Okay. Yeah, I think a lot of this is public domain music with this Koyo Beats making. Yeah. Well, that's so they actually have like legitimate experience. That's great. Yeah, so they do a ton. Holy, okay. Oh wow, so they did like Stellar Blade music. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, no, this person is like legit. Okay. That's crazy. Sound effects. Yeah, more PlayStation. Okay, cool. Right on. That's like Nope. That reminds me of Nope. I don't think they're going to use any copyrighted Godzilla music because I don't see it here. Whenever I am about to react to something, I'll always check down here to see if anything's copyrighted, and then I just won't react to it. Like someone sent me their like Godzilla stop motion animation thing, and they used nothing but Akira Ifukube music, and I basically was like, I'm sorry, I can't react to this on stream because it's going to get the stream claimed and taken down. So with this, I knew it was safe because you didn't see a copyrighted thing here. But yeah, I don't think they're going to use any Akira Ifukube stuff. Oh, it's great. I am planning on doing a video on Nope. I actually very recently had one of the concept artists for that movie follow me on Instagram on the Firewood Media account. So I'm thinking about sending them a DM and seeing if I can like interview them for the video. Are you a channel member? Yeah, you are. And you can't join the server. Shoot. I might have to redo the invite link. I'm trying to work on getting it integrated so that if your YouTube account is integrated with the Discord, you just are thrown in there. Yeah. I'll try to figure that out though so I can integrate it, because I know that like Red Cow Arcade, Red Cow Entertainment, they have a thing where if you have a Discord integrated with your YouTube and you become a channel member, they just throw you in there right away. So I got to figure out how to do that, because it's because of Discord's new age verification. See, I haven't run into that. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'll see what I can do. Yeah, it's weird. I kind of made that the server for channel members at like the worst time, but yeah, I know, but you're a channel member. I'd like for you to be able to access it. It isn't crazy active right now because it's still kind of like finding its footing, but yeah, I want to get that figured out though, because it is not fair for someone to be a channel member and then they can't access it, even though that's like one of the perks. So I'll troubleshoot that either tonight or tomorrow morning. That's great. I love that. That looks so cool. Is that the end of... Yeah, it is. That's the end of episode 4. Okay. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I will say, I love this concept of people flying up into the air and then they all explode in a cloud of blood and then become a giant monster. That's awesome. It reminds me, honestly, of my series that I did. Not saying they ripped me off. I'm not at all saying that. It's just parallels that I like making. But in my series, A Town Called Whitewater, there was this whole thing where it was like this tower was melting people down. If you went in, your skin got all melted. Then they did like a mass kind of sacrifice for all these people went in. They were all melted down and became this thing. And they became this giant monster. So I personally love body horror and creature designs, like in this, where it's done so much better than in my crappy analog horror thing, where just this imagery here of them like smiling as they ascend up and then just a cloud of blood. It's wicked. This is amazing. This series is at its absolute best when it's just more of like this, where it just kind of lets stuff play out with the music over it. Almost when it abandons the analog horror medium and it just kind of goes into telling stories through just the art, honestly. You watched Anonymous Archives. That was awesome. Love DV. Thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate it. I'm going to be doing more short films and whatnot in the future, for sure. But thank you for checking that out. I really appreciate it. But yeah, my point being is I think this series is really at its best when the analog horror stuff kind of goes by the wayside and it just embraces this format of more art. Like episode 4 was the best one yet. And I know I said that about 3. That's a good sign, I think, when 3 was the best one yet and then 4 gets even better. It's like that's a great sign. The Brett, I keep seeing ads for it. It's definitely on my radar. Okay, here we go. The San Francisco harbor. Gojira has re-entered the coast. Oxidizing radiation. Ah, that's great. Biological contact is fatal. Relocate north or south inland from redacted. Do not approach luminous organic masses. Organic masses. Or any unknown biological material. Exposure is irreversible. Interesting. Again. Ooh. This is cool, but it's like, show me. I'm ready. Show, don't tell. Yeah, a couple movies have touched on Godzilla's radioactivity affecting people, for sure. I know that there's a deleted scene in Shin Godzilla where part of Godzilla was like shedding off and it had like eyes and teeth on it, and then those parts were radioactive. But yeah, I know for a fact GMK did, because of that part where they run towards the dad and he's like, "No, don't touch me. I could be radioactive." And they salute and there's like the distance between them or whatever. Like, that was such a great scene. I can't wait to cover GMK in depth on the channel. Ghidorah survival protocol active. I love how this really does feel like the end times, though. Like, this does feel like an EAS kind of emergency broadcast system. Yeah, I will be playing the game. I have it on Steam already. It's right here. But I am going to finish watching the series first, and then I'll play the game. So, I know I keep talking. I mean, episode 7 looks nuts. But, yeah, we'll get through this, and then I'll start playing the game for sure. Ghidorah appeared in Ohio after the simultaneous deaths of... Someone in chat said Ohio was where this was. Who said this? Because you were actually right. If you've seen the series, you're spoiling it. But if you were just being like, if you're like memeing and you got it right, so funny. I gotta be in this one, right? How do I do a control F? There it is. Yeah, Zach plays. You completely hit it on the head with it being Ohio. That's cool. So their blood just went up into a cloud and then they combined into one entity. That's so cool. Sound design is great here too. I love this very creepy ambient sound. It's almost like a siren that sounds like muffled. It's great. Oh, that's great. So it's like it's bitty, 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 bitty. Like that roar is completely lethal too. Just splits your eardrums. This is very, I hate to say this, but it's very Lovecraftian. It weirdly reminds me of, and no one in chat has mentioned this yet, the anime trilogy in terms of Planet Eater, the third one, and how they treat Ghidorah like this godlike figure, and how it comes down and ascends from the skies, and it's very biblical, and that's one of the few elements of that movie that I actually really found myself enjoying. So to see this kind of utilize little bits of elements of that is really cool. Really liking the cosmic horror angle that this is starting to take now. Do I think Godzilla fans act entitled compared to other online communities? I mean, yes and no. I definitely think that with some of the stuff that I've put out on my channel, like whenever I drop a short film or when I drop a video that isn't about Godzilla, whether it be my Fallout video or the video talking about DVD bonus features or Turner Classic Movies, there's a handful of comments as soon as that video's posted when they're just like, when's the next Godzilla video? When's the next Godzilla video? And it's just like, man, just posted something new. Like, I don't know. Like, just wait. So I think there is some entitlement a little bit, but at the same time, like, it just makes me wonder, like, are those just kids? And if so, it's like, oh, well, who cares? You know, it's not representative. But I think it just depends. And I think most of the time, no. I think a lot of Godzilla fans are just kind of cool with whatever they get. I mean, right now we're eating good. And if there's any entitlement, part of it is deserved if they're an older fan and they grew up during that time when there wasn't any movies being released. You know, like that 2005 to like 2013 period where we had nothing. So, you know, like that sense of entitlement is sometimes justified, sometimes not. But I think in general, probably somewhere in the middle. So if a family member reports hearing a voice, seeing a bright figure, reciting religious passages, they might be corrupted. Attempting to go outside, restrain and isolate them immediately. You've been afraid to ask this because you don't want to be clowned on? You're not going to be clowned on here. This ain't the space for that. You're good to ask whatever questions you want. I think it is a fair question to ask, for sure. I mean, just based on some interactions that I've had rather recently, yeah. Do not open the door for any reason. What's my opinion on the unmade Ray Harryhausen War of the Worlds film? So, like, shoot, what was this? This was 4 years ago. I was working on this series where I talked about every Ray Harryhausen movie. The video's terrible. It's unlisted now. But I got Mandela affected, where I talked about the War of the Worlds movie from like 1953 because I thought that Harryhausen did that, and I literally finished the video, completed it, and then I'm like, oh, he didn't make that, and I just got it completely mixed up because I swore that was stop motion with the ships going through and like blasting people. But like from the little screen test that they showed, I think it's kind of neat. It could have been pretty cool. Who knows? The lambs have been saved. More must join them. Rise. That's great. Walk into the light. This kind of reminds me of Local 58. There's like that scene where it's like the person hijacking the station and then like the person running the station are like fighting back and forth, being like, look at the moon, don't look at the moon, look at the moon, don't look at the moon. And then like one of them gets corrupted and they're like, look at the moon. This kind of is like reminding me of that in the best way possible. Now, one minor gripe, I know this is nearing the end of this episode that I'm starting to kind of feel, is the pacing is just a bit too slow for me now. It's kind of like, I get it. I understand that this is a very bad thing and that this threat is very imposing, but at the same time, it's like you already made this very clear. Let's maybe move on, or show a different set piece, because it's like we've been having these warnings for almost 4 minutes straight. It's like I understand, I get it completely. I mean, it looks like it keeps on going for a little bit more. Yeah, it's dragging on. It's kind of like, I get it. If you hear something, it's bad. If you see something, it's bad. It's like, I understand completely. I get what you're trying to do. I get what you're trying to say, but it's also kind of like, all right, let's move on now. Let's go. Like, this is just repeating information. The do not look outside. Like, we already kind of got this part. We'll just skip forward. Be the wings and teeth of the angel. All right, I'll stop doing that, because otherwise I'm going to spoil it for myself. Yeah, pacing with a lot of online stuff is a very common problem, just because people don't understand, like, don't waste my time. Like, it's just like, I'm having so much fun making this. I mean, like, dude, I'm saying this about myself. When you go to my old videos, right? We'll go here. Firewood Media 101. If you ever want to watch my movies, it's this playlist right here. But you go to Another Day Closer to the Sun. Good Lord, this is my first feature film. I mean, like, this is the boringest thing I've ever seen in my life. We're going to go 3 times speed. I mean, just like, look at this. This is so goddamn boring. This sucks. It's just people walking around. And it's like, dude, don't waste people's time. So, I did the re-edit, and I think this is much better. It's a lot more fast-paced, where there's more stuff. There's more things happening. I almost said more stuff happening, but you get my point. I mean, like, good Lord. People got to learn pacing. And it's something that you could really only learn the more that you create stuff. And in a way, I'm basically saying to Toolzilla here, keep going. I mean, it's getting better and better. I mean, I personally love episode 4. I think that episode 4 is like the best part yet. I mean, 7 looks nuts, but 6 I'm a bit iffy on, considering it's just talking, but we'll see. You're meaning to make artwork for some of my movies. Oh, that'd be awesome. Send me some of this stuff if you don't mind. I will we could talk about, if you'd like, you could do posters for some of my work, and I will pay you. Like, it won't be like a, I will fully pay you to do posters and artwork for future projects for sure. Send me like your portfolio. I'd love to work with you. That'd be awesome. Yeah, they might be referencing that kind of broadcast from Astro Monster. It went on for a bit, and I'm concerned about episode 6 being more of just the same. Like, this is really concerning. I hope episode 6 really interesting. Just after the highs of 4, and like 3 was pretty decent, but 4 was very good. You have a portfolio yet? No worries. Yeah, I mean, like, even if you just have like a sketch, like, just so I know that like you're capable of drawing, I totally love to. I really like just hiring people, letting them get their work out there, getting their name on stuff. So yeah, just whatever you got. You could send me just anything, and then I'll, we can kind of bounce ideas back and forth for sure. All right, here we go. Episode 6. Episode 6 Sorry, episode 5, I was just a bit iffy on. I felt the pacing was a bit much. I would have preferred if maybe they cut this down by like maybe 2-3 minutes, because we did not need this whole segment here that was just nonstop. Do this, don't do that. Do this, don't do that. I don't know. That was my gripe. The pacing is a bit rough here, but episode 6, we'll see. Okay, so the priestess is still alive. You would have thought that she'd be one of the first to kind of go up in that cloud of blood to become Ghidorah. Oh, I see. So she did. And this tape is from that. I see. This is great already. Fantastic performance so far. I'm loving this. This feels like an audio tape that you'd get in like a survival horror game that you'd like listen to while you're like...
My son.
Here we go.
Jacob. From San Francisco. Was killed in Godzilla's attack.
So that's her...
We could not even find his body.
So that's her motivation for that, I see.
Is God trying to pass judgment upon us? But why my son? What sin could my child have committed?
You know what this reminds me? It reminds me of The Witch. And how I remember in that movie there's a scene where, you know, their baby gets taken away by the witch. And there's like the mom is like, oh, he was never baptized, he's going to hell, you know, all this stuff. And it's like, oh, you don't even like think about that stuff. This is very much in that kind of line of like, what sin can my child have committed? It's such a great line.
I raised him to be faithful.
Reminds me of The Witch.
To be honest. And my son believed in God even more deeply than I did. He was a righteous child. Then is this in mine?
That's interesting to think
So,
about.
Why did you take my child?
Yeah, the
Why
Bioshock
him?
recordings.
Is
Totally.
this
I was thinking
Satan's
more like
trick?
Batman Arkham Asylum, but yeah, this is even more accurate, where it's just some character who's like going insane in all these audio logs. Totally.
Then why? Why did you not stop Satan?
Also, I'd love to see the Mosswalker drawing. That'd be so cool. We have like a community thing on the Firewind Media channel. I don't think it's accessible on the web version of YouTube, but on mobile it is. I think it's yeah, visit community. So if you go here, like anyone can make a post. It's not just me. Oh, actually, yeah, you've posted in there before. That's you right here. So yeah, feel free to post whatever. Post fan art in here. I try to look at this as much as I possibly can. Like anytime someone posts art, I always comment on it. Anyways, you already knew that though.
Why? 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 My child.
I used a bear skull for the Mosswalker creature. It was like a cheap Amazon mask thing, but it looked pretty cool on camera. Yeah, it was like a bear. I don't know if it was a grizzly bear or whatever, but it was some type of bear.
If there is sin, punish me instead. Why take my innocent child? Jacob. Jacob, 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 Jacob. I am sorry, Jacob. I miss you. I really miss you, my sweet, sweet child.
Great performance here. This is wonderful.
I had a dream. Now, I receive a revelation. A three-headed seraphim descending, covered in the blood of the Lamb.
That's such cool imagery.
Ghidorah. I went to the church.
I almost wonder if she's like utilizing her grief as a way to, like, maybe that's like, I mean, the grief is totally the motivation, but I think it's less like she's being influenced by Ghidorah and more just like, I think she just honestly is open and susceptible to this, like how grief can really make anyone susceptible to negative influences. I wonder if that's sort of what they're trying to kind of say and try to tell here. It's really interesting storytelling so far.
Hard. The heart of Ghidorah. The heart of the
Yeah, exactly like the girl in Gamera 3. Totally. Great connection. I didn't even make it. That's a wonderful connection. Yes, totally. It's almost beat for beat. That makes a lot of sense. But yes, she is very much like that character. I totally great connection there. Analog Zoda, totally.
God answer my desperate prayers. God answer me. Jacob, 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 my son did not die in vain. This is the beginning of the war between heaven and hell. In this moment of suffering, he was taken by Satan's deception. My son, Jacob, his soul is protected besides God. Satan could not take his soul. And God, the Father, answered the death of the Lamb with a seraphim. Gojira. That thing is Satan. Leviathan. And the seraphim will strike down the dragon. It was you who crushed the heads of the Leviathan.
It's great, dude. This is so good.
Give it as food to the creatures of the desert.
This is so good.
Hallelujah. Amen.
Okay. This it goes on for a bit. We'll see.
I understand now. I understand why he did not answer before. It was not silence. It was waiting. Leviathan is going to be just a mere pest in the garden of heaven. Yes, yes. The pain was not punishment. The pain was preparation. We were not abandoned. We were being made ready.
This is so cool. What a great performance here from this actress.
Do you hear it?
Good lord.
No, you will. He does not speak in words as we do. He speaks in signs, in wounds, in absence. I am going to be reborn as he always wanted. I thought I was.
I really love too how, like, there's times where you could tell she's actually like away from the mic and it's kind of like this, and she's almost like not even like knowing that she's still recording and she's kind of like lucid almost. She comes off as more deranged. And I really like that. The production on that is very, very good. This episode has been very solid. I was a bit concerned because it's pretty much just a still image with narration over it, but it's working very well, and the actress playing this character is just carrying the whole thing. It's so impressive.
But I was being instructed. We are not meant to flee. We are not meant to hide. We are meant to gather.
But this does in the best way possible feel like a BioShock recording where you just hear someone going insane in some like audio tape. It totally has that feeling. Like especially here.
Do not be afraid. Fear is how you resist what is already decided. We have been marked by suffering. That is how he knows us.
Really quick, I just wanted to check because the Blade Kaiju says that you post some artwork. If you don't mind, I just want to check it out. That'd be kind of cool. So I gotta go newest. There it is. Damn, that's awesome. That's great. Love that. That's awesome, man. I wish I could heart. Literally, I think you can only do that on mobile. Either way, that's awesome. Yeah, that's great, dude.
The others will come. They will say they have seen him. They will say they have heard him. And they will be right. When you hear the sound, do not cover your ears. When you see the light, do not turn away. Justice is going to be served. We are going to...
Ooh, that sound design is great. This is so well done.
He's not coming
Production
to
is
save
so
everyone.
good here.
Only those who are ready to be changed. Soon, no one will have to believe. They will simply understand. Amen.
Interesting. That was really good. Now, I will say I'm not a big fan of this. I would have liked if it just said audio log end, because that would kind of leave you, the viewer, with kind of interpreting this by yourself and kind of coming up with your own ideas. But with this, I don't like how it just kind of goes, okay, now that you just heard that, we're going to explain it to you. I'm not a fan of that one bit. I think it's over-explaining the horror, and it's kind of ruining it in a bit. I don't know. I'm not a fan of... We're going to have you... It would be like if you watched a movie, and then after the movie, the movie ends ambiguously. I'll use a very specific example. It would be like with Twin Peaks, where if at the end of every episode, David Lynch came on camera and said, all right, here's what that episode meant. The log represents this. And it would just it'd be like, well, what is there to think about or discuss or interpret? This is sort of like that whole, I talked about this in my power scaling video, how I don't like that, how you're over explaining elements of the story that could be really cool. I think this is sort of that same thing where it's negatively affecting the story because you have to over-explain it. And I don't like this. This is an element that I almost want to just skip a bit, but I won't. I'll respect the artist, but I'm just saying, like, it's frustrating. Like, just leave it as is. Also, yeah, David Lynch would be accompanied by his Woody Woodpecker collection. That's one of my favorite stories ever. It's so good. I want to pull this up. David Lynch is recalling a day in 1981 when he says he rescued 5 Woody Woodpecker toys that he saw hanging up as he drove past a petrol station. I screech on the brakes, I do a U-turn, go back and I buy them. I save their lives, he says seriously. I named them Chucko, Buster, Pete, Bob, and Dan, and they were my boys, and they were in my office. They were my dear friends for a while, but certain traits started coming out and they became not so nice. Looking straight ahead, he says with a grim finality, they are not in my life anymore. Oh, is this a video of him with his boys? Yes, I didn't even know there was video of this. That is so good. That is so funny. Oh my word, I love that. Okay. Sorry, side tangent over. Godzilla versus Muto Blender animation. I did actually see that. I think I watched that a while back on like a past stream. It's really cool. I dig it. I did get hit with a copyright claim though because they used copyrighted music, so I'm not going to revisit it. But Ghidorah and Gojira are projected to collide within the western United States. Affected regions may have been sealed. However, mandatory evacuation has not been enacted due to catastrophe or whatever. They made it too fast. Don't put all this text on screen if I can't read it. Due to Jesus Christ, dude. Spit it out, Junior. Catastrophic casualty rates along projected movement paths. Someone in chat referenced the David Lynch lore. I had to bring it up. Which, by the way, video on Twin Peaks is in the works. It's been in the works for months. I really want to go to the actual, like, where they filmed it, you know, in Twin Peaks. I think that'd be so cool to dress up like Agent Cooper, you know, and do the whole, you know, like I'm like recording in the car, and that's like the opening to the retrospective, and film stuff on location. That's like a dream that I would love to do. Which franchise would I like to learn more about in order to make a retrospective series? I mean, I have like a passing interest in like Alien and Predator, where I know the movies I like, I know the ones I don't like. I'm not an expert by any means. Like, I couldn't tell you anything about Weyland-Yutani or any of that stuff. But that would be one that I would consider doing a retrospective series on. Toxic Avenger is another one that I've thought about doing. I gotta think, because most of these I like am thinking like, oh, it'd be cool to do a retrospective series, but I realize I don't have a ton to say, and so they end up being like I watched every blank thing. So like the one that I did where it was like I watched or the Rise and Fall of Nightmare on Elm Street, like that one was one where that was supposed to be a big retrospective series, but I really didn't have much to say on certain installments because it got so samey. And I feel like Alien and Predator might be one of those where it's like a 30-minute video covering every installment. A Shining retrospective could be really cool. It's just the only problem I have is that it's been talked about so much on YouTube, you know, and it's like, what could I really add to that? I mean, even comparing the Stephen King one to the Kubrick one could be kind of neat, but that's also been done before. I usually try to, when doing a retrospective, I try my best to come up with stuff that hasn't been said before, and it's just so hard with a movie as legendary as The Shining. You know, that's a big issue that I would have. But I'm not ruling it out. It could totally happen. If I could adapt any Godzilla comic or game into a series, which one would I choose? I mean, Godzilla Rulers of Earth, for sure. Maybe Godzilla in Hell. That'd be kind of cool. All right, let's wrap this up. I did a video on the Giant Claw. It's probably about like 9 minutes long, I think. It's nothing crazy, but it's a fun video. Okay. End of report. Is that the end? Okay, cool. That is the end of episode 6. very good. But again, much like 5, it's like, dude, pacing, pacing, pacing. I would love it, love it, love it if these were just a little bit shortened. A tad bit shortened. Cut to the chase just a bit more. Yeah, I got the giant condor figure right over here. He's sitting on my Jiris figure. People want to watch Pacific Rim Uprising, but many people tell me it's kind of garbage. What are your thoughts on it, and should I watch it? Well, I honestly think that you should just watch it. I mean, come up with your own opinion for sure. I'm not a fan personally, but I mean, the thing is you could end up watching it and actually enjoying it. You know, like don't let me get in the way of, you know, you kind of consuming your own, you know, media and like coming to your own conclusion for sure. I'm actually not a big fan of Salem's Lot as a miniseries. I almost want to do like a fan edit where I cut it down to like a 90-minute movie because I just think the first half is so good. Second half, I'm not a fan. It just kind of drags for me. But have a good weekend, by the way, the Blade Kaiju. Thanks for stopping in chat. This was fun. Yeah, that'd be really cool if Space Godzilla is in Supernova, kind of like Unleashed. That'd be kind of cool. I'm unfamiliar with Pacific Rim the Black. I'm completely unaware. All right, episode 7. This one looks nuts. I didn't get a chance to see the drone show. I don't know anything about that. Someone in chat actually mentioned that. Just grabbing a water. Yeah, no, I'm completely unaware of the drone show thing that happened. So we will get started on episode 7. Here we go. This is it. Oh, shoot. I think I missed it. Okay, why? Job. Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's amazing. You could tell that this was really what the whole series was building up to. This entire time was this big confrontation. And I'm all for it. This is so wicked. I can't get over how great that design is, too, for Ghidorah, with the exposed gums. I really love that. Oh, man. That's cool. Yes, this is biblically accurate Godzilla versus Ghidorah. Good lord. Oh, that's so cool. To have a beam clash like that, and then for the middle point to be a black hole. Oh, my word. Okay, what are we doing now? I'm waiting for like ragtime to start playing. Oh, that's great. I love that. I love how we're getting a little bit more abstract too with some of the visuals. It's really unique. Oh, that's nuts. Oh, my word. We're getting into like Evangelion territory. This is so cool. This looks incredible. Okay, there's still chunks of the episode. Oh, I hope it's not all just text now. Come on, man. Ah, oh, man, I was really getting into this. Public stability notice is now being transmitted. I mean, this would have had to have wiped out almost all of humanity, though, right? Let's be honest. I mean, they're opening up like a black hole in the middle of their beam attack. So Gojira has been confirmed to be in a dormant state. It has been confirmed that its signal cannot escape from within this sphere. All right, John, tell you what. This is going to be done in like 2 minutes. I will play your song, Days Had to End, with the accompanying music video if I have your permission. I will play it on stream. I already played Sundown on stream as like the starting now thing, and then I also played it in full on my last stream. If I have your explicit permission, I will play Days Had to End with the music video as an early access thing here for all the people watching. They will get a snippet of the album. At this time, no immediate threat has been identified. Citizens are safe. In order to ensure public stability and the restoration of daily life, the following guidance will now be provided. Dog, if you're just gonna blast me with loud-ass audio, I'm gonna be so pissed. Alright, we'll play it after this is done. So, originally this text was reading out, though, back in here in episode, what was it, 5, where it was like, hey, don't go outside, don't look up at the, like, don't do this, don't do that. And now it's praising Ghidorah. It's almost like Ghidorah has now conquered humanity in a way. I think that's kind of what they're trying to do here, where they're saying, like, yeah, Ghidorah has conquered humanity, and that's sort of the end of this story. Worship King Ghidorah, praise. Interesting. It's a nice way to end season 1, especially if you are going to make more, which I hope Toolzilla makes more, because this is really cool. I'm really digging this. I'm just going to keep watching in case there's anything after the credits. Oh, here's the thing that... Yeah, so someone in chat I think it was Blade Kaiju referenced this, where it was them actually like painting this in real time. So that is awesome. I'm going to kind of let this play while I give my thoughts on the series. As a kind of debut project from this channel, it's really cool. I love the artwork. I love the general aesthetics of everything. I love the biblical themes. It has a lot to say. I do wish that, you know, in the early episodes they didn't use the text-to-speech. I like that they amended that later on and they had an actual voice actress who did a phenomenal job giving that wonderful performance. And so I think that it made a lot of positive strides. It, you know, has some pacing issues for sure. But I mean, hey, this is just someone doing it for the love of the game. And I love it. It might be, in my opinion, in spite of all of its flaws, one of the best Godzilla analog horror series. Is that just me being Catholic and finding a lot of this kind of religious horror really effective? Absolutely. But I'm digging it. I really do. I hope they make more because I would love to see where it goes from here. There's a lot that you can do with this concept. And yeah, I thought it was really sweet. So go and check out Toolzilla's channel. Go and watch all of their content. They do more than just Godzilla. They did some speed painting Halloween stuff that I also checked out here. So go and check their stuff out. The work of art. I love it. So before we jump into the Kaiju Simulator game, I do face cam, just chatting. Oh, here we go. Okay, cool. I will do this while I get the other thing set up. So John in chat, who's the drummer in my band, wanted me to play this. This is from the album we just finished up. So we have our album. Our album is dropping on April 7th. And I finished the music video for one of the songs on here called Days Had to End. Now, this is an acoustic song. John sings it. And I figure you guys will probably dig it. So let me get this here. First, though, I want to check this out because Analog Zoda posted in the community tab. Check this out. Here we go. Newest Moss Walker. Badass, man. I love that. That's so cool. That's so cool. I love that. Thank you so much for making that. All right. So, here we go. We're going to do just this song, and then we're going to jump into the Kaiju Simulator. This song is called Days Had to End. John, who is in chat, John the Static, is the singer guitarist on this. Normally I'm the vocalist and guitarist, but we kind of switched stuff around for this one. So check it out. Here we go. You guys hear this? Yeah, you can. Okay, cool. Get out of chat, John.
Memories, I cherish everything that we did honestly. I miss those days more and more and more. Driving downtown in the evening, blasting the same CD, found cheap at a local record store. Take me back to the days that really shaped me. Take me back to the times that really made me. I miss my old town and all of my old friends' memories live on, but those days had to end. except that we lived our best lives. Take me back to the days that really shaped me. Take me back to the times that really made me. I miss my old town and all of my old friends and memories live on, but those days had to end. Take me back to the days that really shaped me. Take me back to the times that really made me. I miss my old town and all of my old friends and memories live on, but those days had to end.
Can you restart?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, no,
My
you're
bad.
good. Let's do this.
Oh, you're trying to get the music video.
John, you can't have me play one of our songs on stream, especially one as meaningful as this, and then just drop this in the Snapchat group chat. You can't do this to me. You can't do this to me, John. This is insane. What else? What? No, you can't do that. You can't do that to me. Oh, what are you typing? Good Lord. Okay. You're the worst. Okay. So anyways, that'll be out in April. April 7th, the whole album drops, and then that music video sometime in April. All right, here we go. Let's do that's the thumbnail for the video. Give me a second here. Here we go. Okay. Chat won't be visible. We're just going to give this a shot. Let's do this. Excidio or Excidio? Excidio? He made me look like Bad Bunny. Dude, someone needs to get this man away from Snapchat. Good Lord. I'm pulling chat up on my phone so I can still see what you guys are saying. Oh! Dog, I messed up. I'm actually an idiot. Okay. I played the entire music video without actually showing it on stream. Here's what I'm gonna do. I know we just played this. Fuck, dude, I'm so stupid. So this is the full video. I'm actually an idiot. I'll be right back. I'll let this kind of play. Give me 1 second.
Memories, I cherish everything that we did honestly. I miss those days more and more and more. Driving downtown in the evening, blasting the same CD, found cheap at a local record store. best in the worst of times, and I think that's alright, because all of it made us who we are. The years have passed and everything has changed. Nothing remains the same, except that we lived our best lives. Take me back to the days that really shaped me. Take me back to the times that really made me. I miss my old town and all of my old friends and memories live on, but those days had to end. Take me back to the days that really shaped me. Take me back to the times that really made me. I miss my old town and all of my old friends and memories live on, but those days had to end.
Can you restart?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're
My
good.
bad.
Let's do this.
Oh, you're trying to get the music video.
All right, I'm back. Yep. Okay, cool. You guys can hear me. Awesome. Sorry about that. That actually gave me time to do a bit of a breather so I can go grab my fat little chud dog. And, yeah, sorry, I forgot to play I played the music video. I just didn't have it up on screen. Okay, now we're going to play Excidio. Let's do this. So, let me see how loud this is really quick. Let's do this. Alright, I'm actually gonna turn this down on my end so I could... There we go. Okay, cool. Play. Here we go. I am so intrigued. So we've got this guy. Stone Titan. Do I get other skins? Hold on. Oh, that's cool. Oh, you gotta unlock it. Interesting. I like that. That's the... Run, it's Godzilla, but for copyright reasons, it's not Godzilla. But it is Godzilla. Like, that's literally that. I dig it, though. Oh, that's so cool. That, I love that. That is sick. And that's the one where it's like they make the toys, right? I think I've seen that design before. Cool. Raijin. Looks kind of like Star King almost. This is like Bonsai Buddy? Dude, I already referenced Bonsai Buddy in chat. That's so cool. Okay. I think I've seen them all, right? Oh no. That's like Crash Bandicoot. I love that. The shark one is... That's so like 90s. Oh, this is the same one. Okay. So we've got 3 Titans. Or 3 Kaiju so far. I figure we go with this one just because it looks kind of cool. Now, what are the stats? I don't know if that means anything where it says Kaiju level 50, but then these are all 1. I don't know if that's... I don't know. I want that one. We'll go arcade. I don't know what I'm doing. But we'll just... Let's start game. Let's just figure this out while we mess around. The sandbox mode really intrigues me. And by the way, this is in early access right now for Steam. The creators sent me. So I hit space to summon a kaiju. Can I just roam around the map? Oh, I see. That's how you look. Okay, cool. Summon right here. Ooh. Oh, that's great. It handles really well. I love... It's very intuitive, I think is the way I'd put it. Like, let's see. Oh, that's cool. Dude, the physics are great. Need more stamina. Okay. Dude, this reminds me of Teardown. Teardown is such a fun game, and it like the physics kind of like remind me of that. It also kind of reminds me of Godzilla PS4, where it's slow moving, but this handles so much better. The camera's shaky because that's just me. I have like high sensitivity on because I'm used to playing like FPSs on here, but yeah, dude, I literally, if this came out when I was like 12, I would have put thousands of hours. Oh, wait, there's something wrong? What's wrong? Dude, this is crazy, by the way, playing a game with the dev just in chat. Because this seems like it's handling pretty well for me. I mean, it might just be my sensitivity settings. Yeah, I don't listen much to Wilco. John would answer that a bit more because he wrote that one out. He wrote that song and he performed it. But I do like Wilco, their cover of Daniel Johnston's. Oh, I'm not supposed to be at level 50? Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was an issue or not. Okay. Feel free to treat me like a playtester. Because I will do my best to break this in the best way possible, because this is a lot of fun. Dude, that is so cool. What's this do? Oh, that's cool. Oh, man. Okay, so if I actually aim that, I'm on cooldown. Okay. Whoa. The fire effects in this game look great. Oh, dude, this is like crack. This totally reminds me of Teardown. It's also optimized really well. Like, I get that I have a pretty solid computer. Okay, yeah, I will... Oh, wait, what did I just do? That was cool. What's E do? Am I, like, charging? Am I regenerating? I should probably learn how to play the game, huh? That might be best. But we're going to go down, actually, to main menu. We'll go back so I'm actually playing the game right. Also, this might just be my keyboard. E is block. Okay, I'm not fighting a kaiju, so I wasn't sure. This might just be my game. But when I hit the arrow keys on my keyboard, it isn't doing anything. But when I do WASD, it is. So maybe, I don't know. I'm someone that likes to use the arrow keys. That might be something I have to change on my end. I don't know. I'm just letting you know since you're in chat. Visual style. Ooh, 1950. That's cool. Whoa! Dude, that's badass. Okay, here we go. R to roar. So like, oh. Kaiju spawner. Oh, dude, this is nuts. Okay, E is block. You get to change your lens. Oh, dude, this is so cool. All right, we're gonna mess around in sandbox mode, I think. Oh man, that looks so cool. This is an awesome feature. That is so cool. So this is the Hanna-Barbera mode that I'm playing in. And it's supposed to kind of resemble that show. I don't know why I would try to explain it, but what's God mode? Army. Screw it. Let's just go yes for everything. Except for, yeah, there we go. We'll just see what happens. I'm just going to click random stuff. This looks so nuts. It looks authentic to that animation style. I love this. This is so cool. Okay, E is block, R is roar. So what's this? Oh, that's so cool. Dude, this game is awesome. Oh, man. This is so cool. Dude, the physics, the fact this isn't like breaking the game right now with all these pieces flying all over the place is so impressive. This is so cool. I think everyone involved should be so proud. This looks so amazing. Now my thing is, can I... Oh, there we go. Yeah, dude, get this on Steam. Again, I'm not being paid to promote this or anything. They just sent me the Steam key, but like, dude, highly recommend. I'm gonna change the aesthetic though. But yeah, no, straight up, dude. You guys should be extremely proud of how this looks because this is awesome. Okay, is it gameplay? Yeah, here it is. Comic book one. We're gonna go with default just for now. What was the one that I wanted to look into? Oh, cinema cam. So F for lens options. Okay. We're gonna try a different kaiju now. I want to go Stone Titan. All of these locked, I believe they are. What about this one? I want the Bonsai Buddy one so bad. All right, we'll go with the Stone Titan. I'm gonna go Sandbox. All right. Okay, it can only be used in Sandbox. Gotcha. The game is called Excidio, the Kaiju Simulator. It is on Steam right now. Here we go. Oh, dude. So what was it? It was F? Whoa. Okay. So what's his special? Does he... Oh! That's neat. This goes so hard. Press C. Oh! Dude, this... For like a photography mode, this could go really hard. And then F, it's the different... Oh, man, you guys got IMAX? Super 8 is crazy. This is a really neat feature. Dude, that is so cool. Now, one minor thing I will say is the text at the bottom kind of just showed up out of nowhere. I wish I could. Okay, X for kaiju control, hold X to follow. I think I'm lost. Hold on. Where did the monster go? Where's the giant monster? Oh, I'm in Super 8 mode. That's why I can't see anything. Where did I... Oh, there he is. Okay. So that's low motion. Oh, wow. So I'm moving my mouse right now, and he's looking down like that. Oh, man. This is cool. Dude, this is so fun to control. Alright, so we're going to change back to this. I like the grappling feel, too. Like, the two monsters, I haven't played, you know, the kind of Scar King-esque one, whose name escapes me at the minute, but the play style is wildly different. Ooh, stone golem, stones. So there are. We'll go stone golem. Spawn him in? Why? Oh, here he is. Okay. Oh, there he is. He's tiny. So little. Oh, there we go. Oh, this is great. Can I spawn more? Yeah, I can. Okay. Give me this one. Oh, wait, no. I want the Bonsai Buddy one. Oh, my God. Why are there so many? Oh, I think it's because I hit enter like a million times. I think I just... Okay, the game isn't broken, actually, so that's kind of cool. Dude, this is so fun. I don't know why there's so many. I think it's literally because I hit enter like a million times because I thought it was like slow and it wouldn't work. Huge swing. Hey, what's this one do? Hey, what's this one do? Oh, Hulk smash, dude. Oh, I could have lined that up better. That would have been awesome. Okay, here we go. I'm going to try to line up the shot. Right here. Boom. Dude, this is great. So let's go 4, see what this does. Oh, so I'm just like throwing rocks and shit. Okay. Yeah. All right, I want to check out the other monsters now. So this reminds me of something I've been thinking about recently. I like the difference in scale between monsters fighting. No, I agree. I don't know how to like set certain things, like how to make them look bigger or smaller, but like that was cool. I want to go. I think it was because I picked Golem, and I think a Golem is the Titan, but smaller. Do a different map too. Because, yeah, I'm really not keen on doing arcade just yet. I really want to just try to learn how to play through Sandbox and just kind of experiment that way. This is like a New York type map. So we'll just spawn here. Oh, it's space. That's cool. He's got like Baraka blades. Oh, man, that's cool. I think I want the audio to be a bit louder. Actually, options? I think from here... Oh, here we go. Options, gameplay. Oh, I can't actually change it. Let's try Pixel. Let's see what Pixel looks like. Oh, that's fun. That's Pixel. We've got comic book. Ooh. I like how it actually looks good too. With some of these like visual things that I've seen. You know, like in Spider-Man, for example, it looks so ugly, but here it really works. Like to the point where I could see myself using this art style just in general. Like it looks great. Same with the Hanna-Barbera one. Let's try a different art style now. So we did comic book. We'll just do Hanna-Barbera, even though we just did it. That's fun. And then 1964, I want to see. Ooh. Kind of cool. It's very, like, early Marvel, like, especially that Godzilla run that they did. Obviously, I'm thinking that because of giant monsters, but still really cool. Alright, we'll do 1954, and then we'll go back to the normal style. Yeah, that's cool. I love that. I do think, though, that the default looks the best. I love the little people down there, too. That's a neat detail. Okay. So if I go and play arcade, I can find my save file on my PC. I'll reset the level. Sounds good. Yeah, I'll take care of that. Like I said, I'm not too keen on, like, cheesing the system or anything. I'm just trying to figure out how the game works, and I think Sandbox might be the best way to kind of like just learn just through like messing around. Alright, let's spawn in an enemy now. So that's tab. I want this one. And I want Titanicus. Oh man. Oh, that's cool. Whoa! Uh-oh, I'm frozen. There we go. Okay, now I'm curious to see what this would look like. Sorry, I know this is like fun, but I want to see. Yeah, that's cool. Oh shoot, fireball. Alright, let me try to spawn something else. Let me just go full, like, Moon Knight here. Just random bullshit, go. Oh, he spawned all the way over there. Okay. I didn't even know you could go over there. That's cool. That's cool. Hold on. Oh, shoot. I love the death toll, too. I know that sounds very morbid, but I think it's kind of cool to be playing and you're like, oh, yeah, that's how many people have died horrifically in this awesome, like, battle. Q also has a move. Oh, I'm blocking on accident. That's on me. I'm getting hit right now. We'll let these two duke it out. I'm gonna switch art styles and I'm gonna actually figure out kind of what I'm doing here. Oh shit, did I just kill him? No, I didn't. Okay. Oh. Oh. About to kill him. Here we go. Kill shot. Oh! That rock, dude. Oh my word. Okay, now I want to follow my kaiju here. Blocking now. Okay, here we go. Oh shoot, I'm looking the wrong way. Oh, I missed. That would have been the kill shot. Alright, we're evading. We are evading. Is there a jump? I need more power. Here we go. Come on, kill shot. Oh, there we go. Oh! I love how that feels. That's such a fun attack to do. Here we go. Kill shot. I missed. There we go. Cool. Yeah, I'm loving this. This is so fun. Dude, just the way that, like, when you hit something, how it just flies across the map is just so satisfying. Q has a... Is that the one I've been doing where it's like, yeah, he uses that like a weapon? That's fun. Well, I'm way over here. This feature I love, dude. This is so cool to be able to, like, fly around the map while all this destruction is happening. Makes you feel like you're in, like, a Zack Snyder movie. Oh, man. Where did he go? Is he in here? Yeah, he's in, like, that cloud of smoke. So I want this fixed. There it is. Man, this is so fun. Oh. That's okay. I'll just blow up this building that's in my way. It's all good. I love how this game gives you the freedom to kind of set whatever you want. Like, if you want the camera a certain way, you can just do that. It doesn't lock you down to one thing. Oh yeah, that's the fireball fist. Yeah, that's fun. I'm gonna do a different kaiju now. I'm gonna also take off God mode because it is getting just a bit boring, just slamming stuff around. I want to actually have a bit more stakes to it, and that's me. I made that choice. God mode is off. So Rio, there we go. Okay. Here we go. So I'm here. I'm this floating sphere thing. We're gonna spawn right here. Can't spawn here? Okay, here. Can't spawn there. There we go. This monster might be my favorite just because it's so satisfying controlling it. Oh, man. Alright, let's spawn in a million of these things. Why not? Okay, that's why not. Good lord. Yeah, the stamina thing is annoying. I'm not a fan of that. Oh, jeez. Oh, no! Oh, that's why I shouldn't have spawned a million of these things. Oh! I gotta change. Oh, I gotta block. That's right, I can block. There's quite literally too many of them. They're all jumping me. Okay, let's try this one. Low energy. Shit. Oh no! Oh, that's huge. Oh man, this is great. I want this attack again. Oh man, they got me back up against the wall. Here we go. That took out... Oh, I thought that was way more damage. Alright, I'm going to try to use my range against them, because I don't think they have that many ranged weapons. Roar button is to heal. Okay, yeah, I'll keep my distance and then I'll roar. Yeah, sweet. Oh, that attack is so satisfying. I think the only Mission Impossible movie I've ever seen is the second one with... I think that's the second one with the train. Like the helicopter. Yeah, there we go. Come on. Oh! Okay, we're gonna switch to 4. We're gonna do this attack again. Oh, it's so satisfying. Dude, this is so much fun. It feels like an actual challenge, which is huge. Come on, I just gotta get... You know what? Screw it. Here we go. Ah, there, just... Oh, there we go. Are they dead? Oh, sweet, I killed them all. There we go. I'm gonna do this so I can get some health back. There we go. Press space for a surprise. And that looks so cool. The visuals are amazing. this is everything I think I've ever wanted in a kaiju game. And I'm not just saying that, I promise. Like, this is really cool. This attack is probably my favorite. So it looks like when the blue is completely full, that's when I can do the space again. No, I think I might need to roar and then do it again. Oh, I see. I need to... That one in the top left corner has to be completely full. That is such a fun attack. Oh, man. Yeah, dude, this game is so much fun. Alright, that was a lot of fun. I am going to pick this up more tomorrow on my own, for sure. This gives you a little bit of a teaser. Now, again, solely saying this because I enjoyed it. I'm not just saying this to say it. But you can go here to... It's on Steam right now. In early access. You can go and pick it up yourself. This is an awesome game. I highly recommend it. Highly, highly recommend it. It's awesome. Go and check it out. Support these people. They deserve your support. Toku Pop. They've been in chat. I will give them a follow as well on my personal Steam account. So yeah, if you guys dig this, highly recommend you go and check that out. Otherwise, I think I'm going to end it here as well. This has been a really fun stream, a good Saturday stream. I think Saturday might just be the day I stream more frequently going forward. Maybe. I don't know. I'll think about it. But this was pretty neat. So I'm going to end it here, though. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everybody. This was a lot of fun.